Okay, I'm going to start. So thank you for joining the family webinar today. I'm going to let Polo and Luke introduce yourselves. So Polo, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what your prize is, please.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. We'll talk a little bit later about the Riviera Nayarit. I am Polo. I am the Europe representative for the Riviera Nayarit. I am originally from Mexico City, but Riviera Nayarit, you'll discover this treasure on the Mexican Pacific coast. My prize today is, I have it here. It's a very, very heavy. I don't know if you can see.
No, we were.
No, oh, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a book. It's a coffee table book about Mexican gastronomy. So it combines tourism and gastronomy from all over Mexico. So yeah, nice read.
Super. Perfect. Okay, and Luke.
Hello, everybody. I'm Luke from Royalton Resorts. And today I'll be talking to you about the Grand Memory Splash Hotel in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. And today my prize is £50, but you have to be signed up to the royaltonrewards.co.uk to get the prize. So if you haven't done that already, can you please go and do that now? That'll be, well, after, not now. You need to listen to me first.
Okay, excellent. Just to as well cover off the chat options, if you change it to panelists and attendees, and you can talk to us all, and any questions that you've got, if you pop them into the Q&A tab, and we'll do those right at the very, very end as per normal. But every single person that's on the webinar will receive the entry into the prize draws, and then we'll still do the fastest finger at the end where you can get an additional 10 entries through listening very, very carefully. So Polo, over to you. Can you whisk us off to Mexico, please?
Yes, of course, absolutely. So let me just share my screen first. Just let me know if you can see. Sarah, can we see the screen now? I think
Perfect.
Perfect,
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's go to the Mexican Pacific Coast, Riviera Nayarit. So the Riviera Nayarit is one of Mexico's newest tourism destinations. So where are we located? We're located on the Pacific coast. So that's the west coast of Mexico, right in the center of the very long Pacific coast of Mexico. We're roughly at the same latitude as Hawaii or Thailand. So that can give you already a clue on the type of scenery that you can find there. Some unique places, as you can see here, very green, very lush, very mountainous. So it feels remote. It feels like a last frontier, very different from other very popular places in Mexico. So you will see very distinctive places here with very different types of places, like this very nice peninsula, Punta de Mita, which is one of the most known places around in the Riviera Nayarit. Because we are on the west coast, we have very nice sunsets, so it's also a family oriented destination, but also very romantic and kind of romance destination. Of course, you can see here one of the very popular beaches that we have there is the Islas Marietas, which is this protected UNESCO island. It's only 100 people per day that can get there, and only groups of up to 30 people can get there. It's very important to pre-book this activity. So this is one of the areas. And well, finally, some very nice beaches with white and golden sand there. Very important in the area. It is a very thriving local life, which is there for your clients to discover, to immerse in. It's a very colorful place, very peaceful, very nice. People are really welcoming. And well, you have here some ideas of one of the places that we have in the Riviera Nayarit. Some are a little bit more remote, as you can see here. I will not go into the detail. This is the island of Mezcatitlan, which is quite remote. We have very interesting places that are also quite remote. Now, if we go to the infrastructure that we have here, so the Riviera Nayarit is a very long coast. It's 300 kilometers long coast. Obviously, today we will not be able to cover all those 23 micro destinations that make up the destination. We will only focus on the southern coast of the Riviera Nayarit, which is this area that is closest to the airport, to the main airport in the region. That is the International Puerto Vallarta Airport that we share with our sister destination there, Puerto Vallarta, which is also a very popular destination in Mexico. So we're Riviera Nayarit is basically the area that goes from the airport to the north of the airport. So here is a zoom of that southern coast of the Riviera Nayarit. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have 70 hotels and resorts, everything from small independent boutique hotels to 4- and 5-star all-inclusive, very family-oriented properties. So that's what we have the most in the area. So 4 and 5 all-inclusive, star all-inclusive properties. All of them, or most of them, have kids club, teens club, and all sorts of activities for the family to enjoy. And then finally, we also have some ultra luxury properties there as well, all over the region. Roughly, I could say that probably the Riviera Nayarit is one of the areas in Mexico that has the most contemporary accommodation infrastructure. So your clients will find a very, very contemporary accommodation options there. Very exciting times for us to come in the next couple of years. We have a few new properties coming into the area. Some of them are still opening now at the moment. We just had a new opening of the one and only property, for example. We just had a Secrets opening as well in Punta de Mita, and a few exciting developments as well in the next couple of years. So you should be hearing about the Riviera Nayarit, hopefully more and more. In terms of family, well, this highlighting this particular development that we have in the Vidanta area, which is very close to the airport, is a Cirque du Soleil property that we will be opening later in 2022, which should be a very good option for families. One of the main characteristics of the region is the climate. So we have a very stable climate, which is quite rare on the Pacific coast in Mexico, at least. Very stable weather. All our beaches are swimmable. That is very, very important to mention. As opposed to other destinations in Mexico, our beaches are all swimmable, so very children friendly. And the temperature is very stable. So basically we have two seasons: the dry season in the winter months and the wet season in the summer. So same time as in Europe, summer and winter. So I would say that our destination is very popular for winter sun destination, very popular for from the months from November till March, not only because of the more stable weather, but also because we have the whales that will come, and we will see a little bit later that aspect that is very important. Well, it's just here. Biodiversity, that's another main assets of the destination. So as I mentioned before, we have from November to March whales, humpback whales that come from the northern Pacific Ocean to the Bay of Banderas, where the Riviera Nayarit is located. It's a very popular activity, of course. We have also all sorts of migrating birds that come to the region as well. So very popular for bird watching, professional or amateur. And we have all sorts of fauna related activities, very popular for kids as well, like the releasing of turtles and all sorts of animal encounters, as we can see here. So that's one of the main assets. Another important aspect of the region is the culture. So we have, as I mentioned before, a very thriving local community. Also, we have very important indigenous people in the area. It's called the Huichol people, which are originally they live in the mountains just behind us, but your clients will be able to find them and interact with them and learn from them over the coastal towns in the region as well. They have a very interesting vision of the human place in the world and the cosmos, and which is, I think, very, very nice, especially in the current circumstances. Interesting. So a cultural holiday for family, which is obviously something also very interesting. In terms of activities, so our destination, I would say, is mostly a family-oriented destination. All sorts of families will enjoy a lot of activities in the area. As you can see here, some images of them. So mostly related with obviously the ocean, but also mountain. We have a lot of activities and events throughout the year in normal times. I would say mostly could be an interesting place for active kind of families who are looking for, also having some activities. I wouldn't say extreme, because they're not extreme, but some sort of zip lining and horseback riding and that type of activities, trekking. So as I mentioned before, events, we have a lot of events, regattas, obviously golfing events, but also more children-friendly sports events. Surfing, we are one of the main surfing spots in Mexico, in particular in the town of Sayulita, which is becoming very, very popular. Some say it's like the Tulum of the Pacific coast. It's a surfing paradise for everyone, for children or for adults or anyone who visits the area. Kite surfing events and all sorts of activities. So a very active place to enjoy. In terms of connectivity, finally, so the Puerto Vallarta airport is one of the most connected with all most of the airports in Mexico. So very easy to combine two destinations in Mexico with a grand finale in the Riviera Nayarit. Also is one of the airports that is best connected with any North American hub. So also a very popular destination for Americans and Canadians. Most of them are even part-time residents or regulars. And it's important also to mention that the destination is a place where we have a very high repeat rate. So once your clients go there, they want to come back because they feel really, really well there. It feels very authentic and very honest place to travel. We are, Puerto Vallarta is the airport that is the most has the best connectivity with Canadian airports in normal times as well. So that's also another possibility. And finally, from the UK, we have had direct connectivity from Manchester and Gatwick since 2014. And that connectivity is due to resume as soon as possible, hopefully by the autumn. That's definitely something that will be coming back. So from Manchester and Gatwick, flights in the summer and in the winter onto Puerto Vallarta's airports. So that's basically in a nutshell the destination. Just to summarize, we're a Pacific Coast destination, which is always at least from the European perspective, some kind of new, at least for Mexico, kind of new type of destination. Very natural place, very stable weather, excellent quality of service as in the rest of Mexico. It's a perfect destination for high and low season, whatever that means, because actually we're quite busy throughout the year. Very authentic place, really, really authentic, immersive place, ideal for slow travels, sabbaticals, and long stays. Even currently, we are receiving long stay tourists, and ideal for combined trips, USA, Canada, and Mexico with Riviera Nayarit. Thank you very much. Here are my contact details. I'll be sharing this presentation with you. Any question later, I'll be here. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you, Polo. Wow, yeah, so much to learn. So definitely, I will send out the details of your contact details. So I'm sure there's going to be quite a few questions popping up. So if you've got any questions, pop them into the Q&A tab. And thank you very much for that great presentation. Luke, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So let me take you from Mexico and take you to the Dominican Republic. Just bear with me 2 seconds. In a second. The panel won't go. Okay. Are we working okay, Sarah? Are we on?
All good. Yeah.
Yep, perfect, fantastic. So today I'm going to talk to you about the amazing hotel, which is probably a bit of a gem actually, where it just forgetting about really. It's probably one of our most family orientated hotels we've got in our program, which is in Dominican Republic. It's called the Grand Memory Splash. In fact, we've just renamed it as the Royalton Punta Cana Splash. So I want to obviously take you through the journey of showing you the rooms and facilities on site, and to show you really why it is one of our most family orientated property we have in our portfolio. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is our Safety Assured program, which is it's a steering wheel we've come up with actually to guarantee the safety of guests in our resort at any of our properties, not just this one we're going to be talking about today. So the first thing we put in place was our 2-meter ruling. So again, walking around resort, we're going to have one-way systems in and out of different areas, i.e. The restaurants, in and out of the spa and gym and things like that. We've also got obviously all your hand sanitizing stations as well. In fact, we've probably got too many of them, but it's just to make sure that, you know, they are there, they're present, and you can use them as and when you need to. We've sent our staff in resorts all the way on a training course to let them know, you know, so they're fully aware of what they need to do in resort to keep everybody safe, as well as themselves, which is obviously vitally important as well. And we do what we call a 24-hour deep clean. So once a guest has vacated the room, we do a deep clean in the room, and then we won't put anybody else into that room for at least 24 hours later. With regards to all our restaurants, our a la carte restaurants are menu based anyway, so it'll be freshly prepared from a chef and obviously brought to you by a member of staff with a face mask. But if you do go to our buffet restaurant, everything is pre-plated and covered. So again, there's no issue there for anybody who, you know, just cough, sneeze, anything like that over the top of the food. It's not open. So and also we'll have chefs available as well, sort of doing the show cooking, that kind of thing, again with face masks on as well. And the last thing I just want to touch base in resort is face masks. So if you are in resort and you're going to be interacting with other guests in resort, or if you're going to be around the staff, then please wear your face mask. It's vitally important that you do that. If you are sunbathing with your bubble, with your family, partner, you don't need to wear your face mask, you're absolutely fine. And also if you're in the swimming pool having a nice swim, again, you don't need to wear your face mask. It'd be quite difficult, I've been told. So please don't do that either. So just the fact sheet, really. First of all, I want to show you on the Grand Memory Splash. There's a few key selling points what I wanted to highlight, really, and why this property is a hidden gem, and you know what makes it a good family orientated property. So we have kids clubs here from the age of 4 to 12. We also have teen clubs from the age of 13 to 17. So we cover all ages when it comes down to the children. We've got the biggest water park on site in the Caribbean. So that is probably our main key selling point with this particular property. We've got 3 room categories, over 273 rooms. We've got the premium room, we've got the jacuzzi junior suite, and we've got the presidential junior suite. So 3 good options there for good sizes. You can upgrade your customers to our Diamond Club, which is our butler service, premium drinks butler service, 24-hour room service. You get a private part of the beach, a private pool area, and it's all, like I say, premium service there. And the beach is actually weighted service, which is even better. Don't need to move off your sun lounge if you don't want to. We've got lots of water sports. Non-motorized water sports are included in the all-inclusive. So again, plenty of stuff to do without costing you any money to do so, and keeping everybody entertained. Unlimited a la carte dining. Our restaurants are reservation free. You can turn up as and when you need to, and if there's a table available for you, you'll go and sit down, not a problem. If your table is not ready for you, they'll give you a pager. You can go off, have a drink. Pager will flash to let you know your table's ready for you. And the average waiting time in resort, if you have to wait, is around 20-25 minutes at most. Unlimited international branded drinks. So everything's branded in resort. So you get your Coca-Colas, you get your Fanta Orange, absolutely fine. We don't do local stuff. Everything is internationally branded, and brands you'll be fully aware of. You get free Wi-Fi throughout the whole of resort. excuse me, throughout the whole of the resort, and that is even on the beach. I've even tried it and it does work. So it's fantastic to have Wi-Fi, not just in designated areas. You get an in-room minibar, which is stocked daily. And again, with all them international branded drinks. But like I say, the biggest key selling point for this particular property is the on-site water park, which is the biggest in the Caribbean. I've covered most of the things already on here. I just wanted to show you again, just let you, we've got the virtual reality rooms. We've got, you know, arcade room as well. We've got all the arcade machines in there. We've got some fantastic swim up bars and fantastic pools as well in resort. And the rooms as well are very modern. So in there, we've got things like USB charging stations. We've got your flat screen TV where you can order room service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've even got satellite TV. So again, we've gone with the really modern facilities in the room as well as. So if you don't know where the Grand Memory Splash is, it's actually set behind the Royalton Punta Cana. So if you've got any guests who are staying at the Royalton Punta Cana, they can use the water park and the facilities at the Grand Memory Splash free of charge. So just bear that in mind. So again, if you've got families who are staying at the Royalton Punta Cana, it's great to know that you've got the biggest water park, on-site water park, to use free of charge as and when they want to. If you're staying at the Royalton Bavaro, which is one of our other properties, you can actually get a day pass to go to the splash park. It's around $35 US, and that includes your transport as well from the hotel and back again. And that is operating from 10 o'clock in the morning till around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you get most of the morning and afternoon to go to the water park. Excuse me. So this is the lobby area. So when you arrive at the hotel, you come into our lobby area. Again, it's nice and open, nice and airy in there as well. Fantastic light, and you can see our sister company Nexus there as well, where you can pre-book all your excursions in resort. And again, this is your check-in area where you're going to sit down and check into your room. This is the Diamond Club check-in. So if you do upgrade your customers to the Diamond Club, they have their own personalized check-in and check-out service. And this is where they will come to check into their rooms and check out. The bar area, which is just outside the lobby area, again, nice and quiet. If you want to come sit here, have a coffee, read a book, absolutely fine. Or get a martini from the martini bar, absolutely fine as well. Nice and quiet, again, nice and open. And it's nice and shaded as well. So if you don't want to be in the sun all day, this is a lovely place to come, have a drink, and just get out of the sun for 10-15 minutes if you want to. This is our family room. So you can see there is a partition there, a doorway you go through. So you've got your double king size bed here. And then through the other side, you can't see it at the moment, it's actually a bunk bed. And it actually looks like that. So again, we have rooms for families, absolutely fine. And this can sleep up to 2 adults, 3 children, or 4 adults in one room as well as. This is the standard room without the bunk beds. This is our lead-in category, which is our junior suite. And again, you can see all the modern facilities with that king size room. And again, a good size as well. And then this is upgraded to our jacuzzi suite, which is our top end room. This is our most expensive category room. And as you can see, you've got a jacuzzi bath in that one. Just going over to our restaurants. Again, we've got a good choice of restaurants on site. And, you know, this is our buffet restaurant. So again, good size, plenty of option in there as well as. You've got our Italian restaurant there. We get pizzas and our pasta dishes, things like that. Again, very highly recommended. This is our Under the Sea, which is our fish restaurant. And then this is our Mexican restaurant. We've even got Bites, which is a fish and chip shop on site, which is absolutely amazing. And next door, we have our coffee house as well, called Beans Coffee. So unlimited coffee, absolutely sounds amazing to me. I love my coffee. In there as well, we serve Italian ice cream, and you've also got your pastries in there as well. And this is part of the all-inclusive, and even your fish and chips in the day as well, which is fantastic. And this is inside the fish and chip shop we've got on site. Again, I want to go back to all the children's facilities and what we offer in resort and what they look like. As you can see, this is our water park, largest water park, obviously on site in the Caribbean. And we've got a smaller one for the smaller children as well. We don't expect, obviously, the younger children to go on the water park. So we've got a smaller splash park for them as well, as so they can enjoy going down slides, etc. as well. In our kids clubs, as you can see, we've got the latest games consoles in there. We've got it nice and chilled out for them. Plenty of facilities. We've got obviously the internet as well if they want to sort of Skype or Zoom back to their friends. Absolutely fine. And the PlayStations, obviously. And for the younger children, obviously we've got things like your Connect Fours, lots of board games, and we also do shows as well there. So at the night time, when it comes to 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock, whatever shows they've done, obviously in the kids clubs, they can show their parents and show them what they've been doing with all the dancing and things like that. We've got an indoor ball pit, even an outdoor play area as well. So if they do want to get out, and as you can see, it is covered from the sun. So children will be absolutely safe from getting out the sun and not being there, but, you know, into the sun so they can burn at all. The Hangout Teen Club, we've got pool tables in there. Again, we've got the internet in there, with computers so we can Skype and so on if you want to. We've got billiard tables, we've got air hockey in there. So again, and we've even got the computer games in there as well if they want to just play computer games. And again, just going over to the arcade, again, air hockey, plenty of arcade machines there as well. So plenty for them to do. And lastly, we do have our multi-sports courts as well. So we've got tennis, football, basketball courts. So again, if they do want to get out and they want to, you know, have a kickabout with their friends or, you know, that kind of thing, we do offer so they can go out and play some sports as well. So plenty for going at. But I just want to really finish with a video of the property. And then I just want to talk to you about the reward program we've got going on at the moment. The last thing I just want to say before I say thank you for your time is our reward programs. If you've not signed up already, this is for UK, unfortunately, agents only. We've got our royaltonrewards.co.uk and our sister companies, Planet Hollywood and Starfish as well. Please sign up and log any bookings you do with us. You do get a reward for it of up to £20 per booking. So thank you very much for your time and hopefully you enjoyed the presentation.
Super, thank you, Luke. Wow, we've had two completely different destinations there, focusing on the family sort of holidays, and so different. And Polo, we've got a few questions for you. I just muted you earlier, so you'll just need to unmute yourself. There we go. That's it. Okay, so we've got a question about when you were showing us the sort of the presentation at the beginning. Selena's asked, how do you get to all of those islands from Riviera? I can't pronounce it.
How do you get to the islands? So the islands, the main islands, are about I would say between 10 and 25 minutes away from the coast. So it's in boats, in boats that can be booked with small tour operators there. So it's it's very important to pre-book because it's an activity that is quite popular. So small boats of groups, I don't know, 10 people, or you can get a boat for your family as well. Yes.
Okay, super. The other question is, where are the hotels? Are they on the island or are they in the city, or is it a big mixture?
Yes. So I saw that question. So basically Nayarit, the name Nayarit is the state. So Nayarit is the name of the whole state. Within that state, we have the Riviera Nayarit, which is basically the coast of the state of Nayarit, 300 kilometers. So very, very long. It's kind of twice the size of the French Riviera, to give you an idea. And most of the hotels, I would say 90% of the hotels, are in the southern parts of the coast. So around the Banderas Bay area. So most of the hotels are there on the continent. So there are no hotels on the islands. All the hotels are in the continent. Within that, I would say 1.5 hour radius from the airport. That's where there's only one road, so that's very important to mention. It's only one road that connects everything that goes up and down the Riviera Nayarit. So yeah, all the hotels are along that. Coast.
Okay. Makes sense. When is the one and only opening? And do you know if it will be paying commissions directly like the other hotels do for the American and Canadian agents?
Mm-hmm. Well, the hotel opened, I think, in November or December last year, 2020. So it was originally scheduled to open, I think, in April last year, but finally it was open in November, December last year. It's operating. It's open, completely open. In terms of the commissions, I don't know. Maybe I should ask the question to the representatives in the UK, but what I can tell you is that the hotel is operating and completely successfully operating at the moment. So yeah. Super. And that's, for example, that's one of the hotels that is the furthest away from the airport. It's at 1 hour and 20 minutes from the airport. That's the furthest away.
Okay, perfect. So Jacqueline's asked, which bed banks can you book the 3-star properties through, or are they readily available with everybody?
Yes, it depends on the property. So I would say in the UK at the moment, most of the let's say high-end tour operators offer some of the high-end properties in the area. In terms of the 3 and 4-star hotels, I would say bed banks, WebBed offers, hotel beds offer them. In terms of tour operators, we have On the Beach that offers some of them. Blue Bay, I think, is starting to offer some of them as well. Obviously, all the specialized tour operators, Journey Latin America, for example, will offer places in Riviera Nayarit. It's interesting to mention that sometimes the tour operators englobe the hotels of the Riviera Nayarit within the Puerto Vallarta offer. So sometimes you find Puerto Vallarta hotels, and actually they're not in Puerto Vallarta because Puerto Vallarta is only a town that is not far from Riviera Nayarit, but it's only one town. But well, all the hotels are grouped within the Puerto Vallarta offer, but well, they are in the Riviera Nayarit. So yeah, TUI, of course, as I mentioned before, they have an offer to the area. So just to mention a few.
Okay, perfect. You mentioned surfing for children. Is there a certain age? Is it quite safe?
Yes, the surfing areas in the Riviera Nayarit are mainly around the town of Sayulita, which is the surfing capital of I would say, of the Pacific coast, maybe, or of the Riviera Nayarit in any case. Compared to other places on the Pacific coast, Sayulita is quite not too rough, I would say. It's easy to swim, actually. All the beaches are swimmable. For children, it's very popular. We have a few, I would say a lot of schools, surfing schools. In terms of age, I don't know. I would guess it really depends on the swimming capacity of the children, but I would say 5 and above, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but I've seen, quite young children learning, obviously accompanied by someone. I know that some of the schools offer one-to-one courses. Some offer 4 children to 1 instructor. It really depends, I guess, on the level of swimming of the children, right? But it's very popular. It's a really, really popular activity in the area.
Sorry, I muted myself. We've already covered as well the UK tour operators we can book through. So the journeys of Latin roots.
Journey Latin America, yes, all the Latin specialists, Latin America specialists, original travel on the beach, Blue Bay travel. Let me remember who else I've seen recently. More and more are kind of discovering the area and integrating this. This area into their product. So it's, yes, please request the area. That will help them offering even more.
Okay, perfect. And with regards to twin centre options, is this something that you find people will stay in the town, the city? Is it the touring option, or is it more of a beach destination with the bits of culture? Like, how would you summarize it?
Yes, I think it's a destination where, when people want to go out of their resorts, is definitely a place where they will find a lot of activities outside. It's very easy to combine, and I would really encourage your clients to go and explore, further. I feel like even an hour and a half north of this place where the hotels are located is really a completely different place. It feels really remote, ideal for trekking and bird watching. There are a lot of activities also with the Huichol people, where you can go and visit their towns and learn. Obviously, it's very nice also to go south of the Riviera Nayarit towards the Puerto Vallarta area. It's very popular to go for dinner or shopping or whatever. So I would say that Riviera Nayarit it's very, very well connected also with other Mexican destinations. So it's ideal for let's say 3 days in Mexico City and then end in Riviera Nayarit, or somewhere in the center of Mexico, like the state of Guanajuato, or any place in the central plateau of Mexico, and then end in the beach in Riviera Nayarit. Very easy, very safe, and very really easy to self-drive, to very easy to speak English. Like, people are really, really used to speaking English, and so very easy place to go. No hassle.
Perfect. Just going back to the surfing, Celine's just asked, do the children have to wear helmets, do you know?
Helmets, I don't know. I know that the schools are very well established, and they implement, obviously, all the safety measures. On the helmets, that's a good question. I don't know. I would have to check. I know that they obviously wear safety
Equipment.
Equipment, but I don't know the helmets. Good question. I will search and I'll let you know.
Thank you very much. Okay, we've got a couple of questions for Luke now. Is Royalton exclusive to a certain number of tour operators, or can we book directly? This is from Celine. She's in Canada, so
I don't know from a Canada side of things.
But you could find out.
I could find out, absolutely. I know from the UK it's different, obviously, but I mean, TUI, obviously we've got exclusivity with TUI on some of our products, but I'm not 100% sure with Canada, but I can find that information.
Perfect. Is the hotel catering to children with special diets, allergies, for example, like baby food and things?
Yeah, Absolutely fine. Yep. So we basically in the buffet restaurant or anything actually, even on the menus, it will tell you whether it's dairy free or who it's suitable for. If anybody's got any dietary, sort of needs, that kind of thing. We do catering resort. Absolutely fine. Yeah.
Perfect. When was the hotel and water park renovated? Do you know?
It was two years ago. It was. We upgraded all the rooms. We know the rooms needed to be upgraded. So we gave the rooms a nice bit of a facelift, as we say, and we touched up obviously the splash park as well. So everything is nice and new and got all the modern facilities in there now.
Brilliant. Do you know, does the hotel have a policy where all staff must be vaccinated?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, and it's already been done already. Yeah.
Brilliant. Paolo, this is for you. When would you say would be the best time to travel?
Very good question. So yeah, it really depends on the tastes. But what I can say is that from the autumn and winter. So let's remember, Riviera Nayarit is on the northern hemisphere, so it's the same. The winter is at the same time as in Europe or North America. So in the winter months, it's the weather is drier. No risk of hurricanes or nothing, no even rain normally. So that's more for people who are looking for a drier holiday. The summer, however, is a very nice place, a very nice time to go because the mountain is greener. Everything looks lusher. There are many activities. So it really depends. I would say it's an all year round destination. I guess there are good things on one on the other, but it's mainly, for example, for whale watching and bird watching, and I would say that the winter could be a kind of the winter months more popular time.
And you mentioned Wales as well.
Whales, yeah, from November to March, the humpback whales come to the bay of Banderas Bay, so you're almost assured to see some whales, even if your hotel is towards the peninsula that we saw there, that is called Punta de Mita. You could even see whales from some hotels if you're lucky, if your clients are lucky. So yeah, it's a very popular destination in the colder months. It's still warm in the area, but
yeah, colder months, and it's still not like London or Toronto in winter.
No.
Okay, perfect. Luke, back to you with the questions. Which restaurants do you have to make reservations for, and do you do them on the day, or can you make them in advance?
You can't make them advance because of obviously with protocols at the moment in place. We can't do it in advance, so you can do it on the day, but we're reservation free, so there shouldn't be any reason why you need to make a reservation. I always say if you're a party of probably 6 or more, then that's absolutely fine, but anything below that, I would say you're absolutely fine just turning up on the day or the night time, I should say, and getting a table.
Okay, perfect. The tables were showing when we was looking at the slides, 4 chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have smaller seating arrangements? For example, if there's 2 guests or 1, or even larger if there's a group?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can accommodate to the guests, absolutely fine. So if it's smaller numbers, absolutely fine. Larger numbers, we'll just put a few tables together and do it that way. We can rearrange, not a problem.
Super. Do you offer strollers and high chairs and the normal sort of equipment that you wouldn't necessarily take with you?
I'm not sure about strollers, but the high chairs and things like that, and obviously cots to request cots for your rooms, that kind of thing, are available. Strollers is something potentially, I'm trying to think when my children were younger whether we used to take ours. I'm sure we used to take our own, but I know things like high chairs and cots and things is something what we can request. Absolutely fine.
Okay, super. Do you know at the tennis courts, are they lit at night?
Not 100% sure. I don't think they are off the top of my head. I think they do close at a certain time. I'm sure it's 10 till 5, I think it is, for the multi-sports. but I can double check that. Who asked that one, Sarah, so I can go back?
Celine.
Right, okay.
Okay, perfect. Do you have a lifeguard for the parks and for the water park and pools?
We're doing the water park, definitely, yes, because there's some bigger slides and things like that. So yes, we're doing the water park. Around the pool areas, not so much. No, there is signs around the pool areas to say, it's up to sort of the adults' parents to make sure children are safe. But certainly in the water park, there is lifeguards, yes.
Brilliant. Do you have an infirmary or a hospital or a doctor's?
We do, yes, on site, and that's where we're doing obviously the COVID test at the moment as well. We're using that for the COVID testing for return home. So yes, we do have a medical sort of area on site, definitely.
Brilliant. Okay, Tracy said that she's staying at the Royalton Punta Cana in September, so she'll drop you an email.
Amazing. I might be there as well. I might see you there.
Luke, do you get many British tourists going to the Royalton Grand Splash?
Yeah, it's a big seller for us, especially with the part about the Royalton Punta Cana not knowing they can use the facilities. So, but on pricing, it's got some fantastic rates. So, when you're comparing a nice 5-star, for example, in Europe with a water park, the pricing's not that much different. So, it's up to sort of putting the rates out there and offering this particular holiday to your customers. But yes, we do get a lot of British travellers out there because of the rates being very good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we've got a question from Melanie. I'm not sure if it's to Polo or Luke, but it's applicable to both of you because she said, are there any COVID restrictions or requirements in place? So Polo, do you know the score for entering Mexico?
Yes, I do. So at the moment, there's no restriction at all. So there's no requirements either for PCR tests or quarantine in Mexico. So your clients could go at the moment. What I can say is that Mexico, I guess, adopted a strategy where they thought that the tourism was an essential activity. So they kind of focus on the prevention. So a lot of protocols are in place, at least in Riviera Nayarit and other places, of course. Very, very strict use of face masks in the public areas. Some areas are not open, some swimming pools are not open, measurement of the temperature everywhere, cleanliness, and obviously, of course, the staff as well. So very strict measures, but no, at the moment there's no restriction at all for clients to come. The restrictions are obviously on the way back, of course, depending on the country.
I know that are there plenty of, because I know that America for sure is very, very strict that to go back into America, you must have a negative test. Are there many sort of clinics available where people can arrange that?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. So yes, definitely, since the US started requesting the PCR, so in the region, actually many hotels offer as part of the rate either a discounted PCR on site sometimes, especially the high-end properties. And otherwise, yes, there's a lot of options within the Puerto Vallarta area. Puerto Vallarta is quite a big town, so there are many options. And at the airport also there is a PCR facility, so that's another option as well for
Super, thank you. And Luke, the same question to you, the COVID restrictions and requirements.
Fairly similar, to be fair. Dominican, I think, is a PCR test 72 hours before travel. And then we are doing the testing resort for return home. I believe if it's non-red zone country to return back to the UK, you have to self-isolate for 10 days, but you have to have a test to do on day 2 and day 8 of your 10-day isolation, I believe. But for certainly entry into the country, into Dominican, it's definitely a 72-hour PCR test before you go. Okay,
super. Last question for Luke. What will be your occupancy levels sort of during the COVID times? Are you sort of limited to 60% or are you higher, lower?
Exactly that. Yeah, 60% is our maximum at the moment. We wouldn't be able to do the deep clean otherwise if we was any higher than that, where we can obviously leave it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So the maximum, can't get my teeth in, maximum occupancy is 60% at the moment with all our properties. But we're not getting close to that at the moment because of obviously the UK travel ban at the moment. So it is just North America at the moment who are traveling to these
Canada as well.
and Canada as well, yeah. So you know, we're around sort of 50%, 40% around there at the moment, but at maximum we are looking at the moment is 60.
Okay, super. Again, I've got another question that's applicable to both of you, and this is the final question, I promise. I know we've grilled you today. Any fam trips to these destinations planned, or watching this space? Or Luke, you go first.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've penciled in between September, November, and end of the year. We're going to be doing a few fam trips, so just bear that in mind. So yeah, we are looking to go to Dominican, Mexico as well. I'm sure Polo will be happy with that. And we're looking to do, you know, sort of twin centers and other destinations as well. But you have to be a member of the reward program. You have to log your bookings before we start choosing you to go on our fam trips. So please make sure you do that.
Super, thank you. And Polo?
And same for me. So basically in 2020, we had a lot of plans of fam trips and everything that unfortunately had to be moved into 2021. Now we're just waiting. At the moment, we don't have a date. I would say as soon as we can, because we obviously need the connectivity back again. And yeah, so hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have some fam trips to the Riviera Nayarit. And I'm trying hopefully to do something combined with other destinations in Mexico, especially those that are naturally combinable, well, easy to combine with Riviera Nayarit. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Excellent. See, Neil sent a yay through.
I think we all feel like that.
Oh, one last question for you, Polo. Arlene's just said she may have missed this. How far is Nayarit from Cancun?
Oh, very interesting question. Yes, it's let's say in Mexico. So on the Caribbean side, you have Cancun. On the east. On the west, you have another popular place called Los Cabos, which is on the Baja California Peninsula. We're in the middle. We're right in the middle between the two destinations. So how far? I would say probably flying. There are no direct flights, but it'd be like a 5-hour flight.
Wow.
So it's quite far. We're about 1 hour flight from Mexico City. In Mexico City and Cancun is about 3 hours. Yeah, so 4 hours from Cancun. So yeah, but there's no direct connectivity between Cancun and Puerto Vallarta airports. But we're far. Completely different scenery, completely different food, completely different people, completely different destination. Both are beautiful as well, but different offer.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was always told about this part of Mexico for really sort of experiencing that true Mexico. It's a completely different flavor to Cancun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to at some point getting to see it for myself. So no, it's been a pleasure to see you today, and for you to be able to sort of, you know, tell us about the destination and how we can get there. And so yeah, much appreciated. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to check if you've been listening. So everybody that's been entered, that's joined the webinar today anyway, will be entered into the Spin to Win prize. What we'll do. So Polo, if everybody goes to chat and just change it to panelists and attendees, Polo will give us a question, and just the first person with the correct answer will get 10 additional entries into the Spin to Win. So I've got my paper and my pen ready. So Polo, over to you. If you just let us know what your question is.
Sure. So the question is a very easy question. Is what is the name of the surfing capital of the Riviera Nayarit, the main surfing town, very popular for surfing in the Riviera Nayarit? We have an answer. We have, I think we have a winner.
Sayulita?
Yes, so the answer is Sayulita. Yes, that's
I think that was a really hard one to spell.
Yes, because it was not written on my presentation. So yeah, well done.
So Natalie, you are the first person, so you'll be entered 10 times tomorrow into the Spin to Win. Okay, and Luke,
I don't know how to make it as hard as that one now. Okay, so I mentioned that we have our own fish and chips restaurant and site.
Oh,
What was it
oh.
called?
You don't even have to finish it.
Wow.
That was
I thought
Greg.
that was going to be a hard one as well.
But you mentioned fish and chips. It's
Oh,
like
it's amazing.
something I'm craving for.
Home from home, eh?
Yeah, I love. So the answer, Greg has put bites.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Well
Greg,
done, Greg.
you've been entered 10 times and everybody else was very, very fast as well. So brilliant. So that concludes this week's family webinar. So I hope you've all learned a lot. I'm going to send a follow-up for all of you anyway, so that you'll have Polo and Luke's contact details. Do reach out to them if you've got any more questions, because the questions you asked were amazing. But yeah, keep selling these destinations, and we look forward to seeing you again. And a massive thank you to Polo and Luke for taking the time to come on and sort of educate us today and help us with all of the questions we had. So much appreciated.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you very
everyone.
much. And thanks, see everybody. We'll see you again soon.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sarah.
Sarah.
See you, Polo.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you soon. Thank you, Luke.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.